Robin Betran here with the Sol CEO for the 5 Degrees of Comedy reunion. Mr. Carlos Wallace, how are you doing tonight?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Who were you wearing?
Hey, this is all custom, never the rack.
Custom, custom.
All the time.
Well, tonight I'm really excited to see all the guys on stage. You and I talked before about this night, this exact night, about transitioning and going on to newer things. How does it feel to have all your guys back on stage and to be transitioning into this beautiful phase?
Look, my son lives in Little Rock, and he actually came, my biological son. So for him to be here and all the guys on stage, it's like having all my sons in one place. You know,
that's a good feeling.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a family reunion.
Family reunion. Family reunion. Can you get a little bit in there?
You too young for that.
I'm not too young for that. I had an old grandma that, you know, she used to expose me to a couple things.
Indeed, indeed. Okay.
So tell me a little bit about, you know, what you have coming up next. I know we talked a little bit about, we've got film, you've got your book coming out here soon. What's the next thing? I know you got something happening next week. You got some sort of announcement, something going on. You're a man about moves. What do we have next?
Yeah, well, actually, when I leave here, I have a flight in the morning, 5 a.m. I'm going to Montreal because Liz Faublas, another soul artist, she has a show out in Montreal. We'll be there for 2 days. We're going to leave there to head to Cleveland because she's also an anchor, so she has to cover the Republican convention. And from there, we go to the Democratic convention. And I actually leave Philly on the 28th, fly into Dallas for a DFW show. So it don't stop. It doesn't stop.
So you're going to these political conventions.
Yeah.
You know I've got some political questions with all that's going on right now. So we're going from the Republican National Convention to the Democratic National Convention. What things are you trying to pull from both of these gatherings? And how can you actually be an instrument for everyone? What can you bring back from there for us to deliver to everybody here in Houston?
Well, for those that know me, I was an organizer for the United Transportation Union, largest rail union in the world, for like 10 years. So I've always attended the Democratic convention. The Republican convention, this will be my first time, but I really want to go to see the circus because if they don't nominate Trump, it's going to be an uprising. If they do nominate Trump, it's going to be an uprising. So either way, it's kind of the Republicans, again, you know, they're in a pretty tight position. So, but I just want to be there to see, you know, firsthand, kind of see what happens. The Democratic convention, you know, we pretty much know what's going on. Hillary's going to get nominated, first female, so it's history in the making. I like that. But I like to just keep in tune with the political process and see what's going on and see how it's going to affect the people that I have dear to my heart.
Right. And so mentioning about the people that are near and dear to your heart, obviously, like I said, in the past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of incidents in the black community. What advice would you give not only to people here in Houston, but, you know, nationwide? They're out there marching, they're standing up, they're doing a lot of different things. What's your take on that? And what advice would you give to us to be able to make an actual stance and to be able to make a change?
We need to have the same enthusiasm as we do in the marches when it's time to politicize and vote and campaign. You know, build your political power and build that capital, because that's really what will get something done. You know, if you don't like the way a judge is ruling, put someone against him when it's election time, vote him out.
Right.
You know, the judges, the mayor, that's who makes the decision on the city, the police chief. So if you don't like the way the police in your city are working, you know, put pressure on that mayor so they can get rid of that chief. You know, but it starts local more than anything.
Right.
You know, so I want everyone to understand that. You know, the immediate answers are local, not national.
You guys have it here. You guys have all of what you need about comedy, about politics. He's going to bring back some good information from both of the conventions for us. So he's a man who's a philanthropist and out in the community, which we love. Mr. Carlos Wallace, thank you so much for interviewing me, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And you won't see this suit again because, of course, I'm a donated to Covenant House. So get all the look of it you want.
Take a good look. Oh, as usual. Let's see the socks.
Hey.
Sock. Oh. Give it some action. We need some lights, camera.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it. So look out. If you guys need any donations from some awesome suits, contact Mr. Carlos Wallace. I'll give you his phone number afterwards. So this is Robin Beltran live from the Houston Improv for the 5 Degrees of Comedy. We're out.